Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing very good, and I do hope that your prelims of this year went very well. Now I am making this video in order to give you an update regarding the coverage of paper 2. So this is something that I mentioned around a month back, that we are in the phase of developing a website for this YouTube channel, right? So in this website I'll be uploading the lectures pertaining to paper 2. Now we will be able to cover paper 2 by November. Okay. So the people who are going to appear in this year's mains examination, I have received various mails. So to them I want to say that we will be able to cover the core portions of paper 2 by this year's mains. And these core portions include section A and section B. That is, we will be studying about Indian thinkers, then caste system, tribes, village, family and kinship, agrarian structure, class structure, and with this I also be covering a very important topic that pertains to section C, that is the topic of social movements. So why are we studying social movements along with the topics of this section A and section B? See, when I will be talking about caste system, when I will be talking about untouchability, there I have to talk about Dalit movements, right? So when I will be talking about agrarian class structure, village India, there I have to talk about farmers movements, right? So there will be an organic linkage. When I am talking about family, marriage, kinship, position of women, there I have to talk about women movements. When I am covering the topic of tribes, there I have to talk about tribal movements, identity focused movements, or ethnicity based movements. So the first 4 lectures pertains to G.S. Ghure, that is something that is already covered on YouTube. Then the next lecture is on M.N. Srinivas, his methodology, and the next lecture will be on concept of Sanskritization and Westernization of M.N. Srinivas. Then we'll talk about dominant caste, and next 2 lectures will pertain to A.R. Desai, his Marxist methodology and social background of Indian nationalism. Then there are 2 lectures, these are very big lectures of 3.5 hours each. These cover the topic of modernization of Indian tradition. Thereafter we will cover, so we have covered these 3 main thinkers. First of all, we covered G.S. Ghure, then we have talked about M.N. Srinivas, and then we have covered A.R. Desai. After that, when I am talking about modernization of Indian tradition, there we have talked about Mackie Marriott, Milton Singer, Yogendra Singh, Gunnar Myrdal. Then we will start with the topic of caste system. There I will talk about the various ideas pertaining to caste put forward by G.S. Ghure and M.N. Srinivas. Here I will talk about the difference between Varna and caste, how actually Srinivas differentiates between Varna and caste. Then we will talk about the perspective of caste system put forward by Louis Dumont in his book Homo Hierarchicus. There will be talk about how he was influenced by Levi Strauss and Celestine Bogle, and how Gerald Berman criticized him. Then we will talk about Andre Bete. So the lecture on Andre Bete is going to be very lengthy, 4 to 4.5 hours, right? So here I'll also talk about a special article that Andre Bete wrote on caste in EPW. See, after that we'll study about the various miscellaneous topics of caste, that is caste census, khap panchayats, how caste and politics are interrelated, caste in other religions, topic of untouchability, Dalit movements. These are various miscellaneous topics. The topic of caste conflict, all these are miscellaneous topics that come under the topic of caste. So by the end of this month, I'll be able to upload around 17 to 18 lectures on the website. Now these lectures, the total lectures are going to be 50. They might stretch up to 55. Now all these lectures are 3 to 3.5 years each, 3.3 to 3.5 hours each. Some are even lengthier than that. Some are even crossing 4-hour boundary. But generally these are of the duration 3 to 3.5 hours each. and we'll be delivering 50 lectures. See, the methodology in which I'll be covering these lectures is, first I'll be writing everything on the board, right? Just like this is something that I'm covering on Andre Bete, right? How caste is changing itself in contemporary India. It is changing in the domains of occupation, rituals, in the sphere of marriage, but caste is still maintaining its strength in the domain or sphere of politics. So first I'll write everything on the board and then I'll try to explain it. Now there is some problem that students face, that the font that I'm writing on the board is small. See, the problem is I have to write a lot of information on the board. Otherwise, if I'm writing only some information and the lectures are very lengthy, then I have to rub it again. So there is a lot of overhead involved if I'm writing in bigger font. So if you're facing some problem, if you're not able to see, I'll advise you to watch it on system. There the font is bigger and it is quite visible. If you're watching it on mobile, then I'll advise you to take the screenshot, right? And simultaneously you might zoom and you might be able to easily see what's written over here. Okay. So first is the timeline. Core portions of paper 2 in which the people or students actually face problem, they will be covered by this year's mains. And the rest of the topics will be covered by November, or at max, I hope that will not be the case. At max they might stretch into December as well. Now the lectures are going to be very extensive, very comprehensive, and the duration of the lecture is going to be long, 3 to 3.5 hours each. And the fees of this course is going to be around 5,000, right? 4,999. Now what is the validity? See, the validity is 500 days. As of now, the validity is 500 days. You can watch these lectures till next year mains. So some of the students were asking whether they can join the course later. They can join the course later, but the validity is going to remain the same, whether you are joining now, whether you will join later. Okay. If you join in the next year, then the validity will be of 1 year. Now there is something that I am emphasizing on, and that is coming also from my selfish point of view, that you should all be purchasing these lectures. First of all, it is from my own benefit, but apart from that, and this is very serious, I have already made some 16 to 17 lectures, and these lectures, they are turning out to be very good, right? They are very comprehensive, there are multiple interlinkages, and these lectures are very dense. There is a lot of information, interlinkages that is involved in these lectures. Also, these lectures are prepared from multiple sources. Okay. So for example, if I am talking about modernization of Indian tradition, then I have to read the book of modernization of Indian tradition. Not only the book, because modernization I have to cover other perspective, the perspective of Nehru, Gandhi, Ambedkar, how these people talk about conceptualized modernization, the perspective of Gunnar Middle. Then I have to talk about little tradition and great tradition of Makim Marriott and Milton Singer. I have to talk about Sanskritization and westernization of the concept given by Amin Srinivas. I have to also talk about other thinkers. I have to talk about how K.L. Sharma conceptualized modernization. Now, in order to make these lectures, I have to refer to multiple sources, standard books, right? Standard books, that is the books that were written by the original scholars. Okay. Apart from that, I went through various research articles, various journals in order to come up with the lectures. And also, for example, here if I am talking about the contemporary view of caste, I have to go through EPW. I have to read the original article that was written by Andre Bete on the contemporary view of caste. So these lectures, their content is drawn from multiple sources, then this content is analyzed, organized, and this is then presented to you. So these lectures, I am very confident, and I can with confidence say that these lectures are quite extensive as well as intensive. They are quite rich. Lot of information will be present here, lot of interlinkages will be present here, lot of contemporary examples will be present here. For example, while talking about modernization of Indian tradition, I am linking modernization with tradition. Therein I am giving an example of Rajnath Singh. How Rajnath Singh performed a puja when he was inducting Rafales into our armed forces. Okay. So on Rafale, Om was written. whereas Rafale is constructed with modern technology, using modern processes, using modern mindset. And when you are writing home on it, it means your modernization and tradition is fusing together. Okay? So you'll see a lot of examples here. So this is something that this is something that we can talk about. Then also some students are asking whether we will be launching any test series. See, in this year we will not be able to launch any test series. First of all, there is not enough time for that, right? Also, test series involves a lot of time that needs to be dedicated in order to check a particular answer sheet, right? So right now we can only devote time to cover paper 2 lectures. Okay. Then I will be sharing the link of the website in the comments. The app is still not ready, it is still in the development phase, but you can join these courses on website. Also, see, this is the first time that I am launching any website, so you might face some technical difficulties. So just a few days back I had an argument with the website developer, and he said, sir, this might be your first course, right? And you need to have certain sort of patience when it comes to technology, right? You should not be hot-headed, right? So I'll advise you, if you are facing any difficulties while subscribing or registering to this course, I'll also be providing the Gmail ID, and you can reach out to me on Gmail pertaining to various queries that is related to this course. Okay. So one thing that I want to mention is while registering, how you should be registering, I'll be sharing a video also on that. But while registering, it will ask, see, first of all, you go to the website, then it will ask for the sign in, then you sign in. Then since there is no account there, you cannot log in directly, you have to first register, and while registering you need to provide certain details. Then your email will be verified, a link will be sent to your email. Sometimes the link might not appear on time, right? Then you can contact me on my email ID that sir, I am not receiving the link. Or sometimes the link might also be there in the spam or junk folder. So you should also be checking the spam and junk folder as well. After that, after verification, you can purchase the course, right? You will go to the dashboard, then click on home, then click on Sociology Paper 2 course, then you can buy the course. And once you are there logged in, then you will see complete this course, right? If you scroll down, you will see complete this course. If you click on complete this course, then you will be able to come across lecture, right? So this was my update pertaining to coverage of Sociology Paper 2, and I hope that you people do subscribe to this course, and this will be beneficial for you as well as me, right?